Danny, I am now recording and would love for you to update people on what's going on Monday nights.
Awesome. You can see my screen?
You can.
Great. Thank you. Monday nights. So Friday we have the live Zooms, and Monday nights we talk marketing, how to share the app, how to get, my goal is to help every single affiliate and even the free users who have the app on their phone. If they want to tap into a Monday night marketing call, they certainly can, and help them get 100 active app installs. So that's what we'll be talking about on Monday nights. How to share via social media without spamming everybody, how to invite just via text. There's so many different ways to share this app. When it goes live, we install it on our phone, and then we can simply invite all of our friends and family, any contacts we have on our phone, and then share it publicly on social media if we choose to. But there's some ways to share it privately through Messenger and different ways to get people to install the app, participate, get paid for their data. So that's what we talk about Monday night. You can join the webinar, and that's what we'll be talking about this Monday night. I know Walter's been on a few of the trainings with us. He'll certainly be attending a few of the trainings here in the near future, but we're coming very near to being able to have an app on our phone and share and actually do all the things we've been talking about for the last few months. So it's getting pretty exciting.
Danny, thank you so much from everybody in the field. Your week of vacation, we all missed you very much. We're glad you're back. And ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know, she's created so many of the tools that are available. Some of the people on her team have helped considerably. But yeah, go to the Facebook group, and thank you, Danny. Thank you very much. So Walter, if you want to turn your camera back on, let's jump into this. I do want to make a couple quick announcements before you get started. Number one, I did not mention the Founders Club membership today in my presentation. It was still in the slide, probably for the last time, hint, hint. But, I didn't want to emphasize that today. It is still full in effect, and it will be until the day the app launches. So when the app launches, that day, the Founders Club membership promo ends. What is the Founders Club promo membership? Well, if you're live on this call today, you know that number one, if you join and become an affiliate before the app launches, you pay your $9.95. And then the next 12 months, your administration fee is waived. So in effect, you pay $9.95 and you're active for 13 months. It's an amazing promotion, and it's available now until the day the app launches. The day the app launches, that promo's over. So that's that. Let's see, was there anything else that came up? Oh, I made a comment that most of the apps that go to the Play Store without an invite will be given to the affiliates. That's always been the case. It's never been all. I just want to make that clear. So if that was misunderstood by some, I'm sorry. But most of the apps that go to the Play Store or the App Store will be given to the super affiliates in the rotation. And there should be plenty of those to go around. It's going to be exciting. Walter, I'm excited for an update on the app, the beta, and just where we're at as a company. It's exciting times.
Okay, guys, sorry, wait. One second, because I think everybody's still seeing my screen. So I want to make sure they can see Walter, not me. What am I doing wrong here? Walter, are you able to take over the screen share?
I can, sure.
Just stop the screen share at the bottom of the Zoom window.
Yeah, I did that.
Let me take control. There we go.
There we go.
You see my screen now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, no worries. No worries at all. So let's see if I stop that. There we go. All right, so let's talk about the beta and where we're at. So on Monday, I joined the Monday night call, which was great. We had a great attendance, Chuck, on Monday night. So thank you for all who joined it. And we talked about the beta test, what we were looking to collect, how did it go, how many people were in it. So let's kind of run through that real quick. We had over 300 people in our beta test. So if you were a beta tester, thank you. Thanks for your patience. And if you weren't and you tried, I apologize. We're going to have the app very, very, very shortly. The key thing we were looking to collect from that was location data passively in the background with no crashes, and it would be consistent. And overwhelmingly, that was a success. Some feedback we got from the beta testers is, I drove by McDonald's and it said I was at McDonald's, or is it going to show my common nighttime dwelling? All of that was not fully functional for the beta test. The reason is we weren't actually doing the Google Places charges during the beta. We kept it wide open. When the app's live, all of that will be fully in place. We also fine-tuned the radius of you. So looking at your phone and where you're at on the map, we actually basically shortened the radius, so you won't actually show up at that McDonald's unless you were there and dwelled there for longer than 5 minutes. So overwhelmingly, the feedback was really good. Now, if you did participate in the beta test and the app crashed on you, myself, Giorgio, Tom, we want to hear from you. What made it crash? When did it crash? Is it still crashing? Are you having an issue signing up? What phone are you on? All those specifics, support@tapestri.io. Please email us. But we have all the data and everything we need to go live. So we're very, very excited for that. So we're pushing to go live early next week. So for all you who've been very, very patient with us, thank you very much. This app will be in your hands very, very shortly. For those who don't know about how we're going live, I'm gonna talk about that really quick and then we can jump into Q&A. The app is going live for affiliates. So the affiliates can download the app and you can then bring people to Tapestri in the Google Play Store and the Apple App Store. If you download the app directly from the store and you're not an affiliate and you don't have an affiliate who brought you to the app, you will not be able to download it. So the onus is on you guys for the first 30 days. After those 30 days, we're removing that cap. Anyone can download the app. And that's when things like the orphan pool and some of the things Chuck mentioned actually come into place. But thank you for your patience. We're really excited to get this app in your hands very, very, very shortly. If the app has crashed on you in beta, please send out an email. And thank you. Let's jump into Q&A. Chuck, you're on mute.
Go ahead, Chuck.
All right, can you explain orphans? Yes. Orphans are people that go to the App Store, whether it be the Google Play Store or the Apple Store, and they don't have an invite. They're not invited by one of us. And that won't happen. The first 30 days, there basically will be no orphans. People can only get the app the first 30 days by being invited by one of us, one of the affiliates. But after the 30 days, when people start to go to the store and get it directly, because it's going to be a hot app, there'll be people that go that weren't invited by an affiliate. And so a large percentage of those will be given out in the affiliate, super affiliate orphan pool. It's been that way all along. The super affiliates, it's a benefit of being a super affiliate. When I wrote the compensation plan, it was Danny and me starting with Walter as affiliates. And so Danny and I were thinking, okay, how can we get people to help us recruit more affiliates? And so we made the super affiliate position so strong that everybody would want to be one. And so the 50% match on your first 2 tiers, if you get that, you'll have trouble sleeping for several days. And then the orphan pool is an added benefit to the super affiliates. They're on a rotating basis to get those orphans. All right.
So one question that comes up earlier is the rotation. Can you explain that, Chuck? That came up a couple times.
Yeah, the rotation with the orphans. The rotation simply means that right now we have almost 1,000 super affiliates. So the first one that comes in, we go to number 1. The second one that comes in, we go to number 2. And it'll just keep going through the entire sequence, and then it'll start over again. And so it'll rotate between that list of super affiliates on an ongoing basis. Some people are asking, can they make more than $25 if the survey questions are answered? How do they get the most of the $25, Walter? And again, I said it during the presentation. I want to repeat this again, that $25 is the goal for the United States and other countries that have similar GPD. That number will be different in different international markets. So I just want to make that perfectly clear. Walter and I will be doing a presentation very soon for our international people specifically, where we'll go through the exact plan for international. But Walter, can you just kind of tell them how to maximize the 25, and is that the max?
Yeah, so there's a question in earlier on about how to make more than 25. Uber and Lyft drivers, I said on a previous call, will make more. So the more your phone is actively on and locations running actively, you're going to make more. And we don't want people to game that system. However, if you're an Uber driver, a Lyft driver, you work in the gig economy, you're a truck driver, and your phone's on all day long as you're moving, and Tapestri can see that your phone's moving, you're going to earn more. We expect the Uber gig economy workers to constantly be at that 25 per month. We actually expect it. And we'll probably even find ways to pay them more over time because that data is very valuable. So we want to be very clear there. It's really going to come down to events. I think as time progresses, we'll tell you how many events are actually creating those. And that's also something that can be a goal for you if, for example, whatever reason your phone's not getting those levels of events. We want to maximize earnings for everyone.
Well, the one thing I think is really important, and the people doing the beta test have done a really good job of this, but as affiliates, it's our job to teach people how to maximize that income. What are some things we should be teaching the consumer that's going to be getting this app from us? What are some things we should teach them?
I think the key thing is some of our beta testers, we've been going back and forth with this, is how to make sure the app is running. Is this working? I've been emailing with many affiliates back and forth, and they're asking, is it working? They weren't sure, and it was. 9 out of 10 times, it was working just like it was supposed to. We want this to run seamlessly in the background. We kind of forget it's there. Apple will kind of notify you every 3 days that, hey, Tapestry is still collecting your location data. Do you want to continue? You say yes. Many of our beta testers on the iOS side got that notification successfully, which is great. So the key thing is you download the app, you have a first prompt to collect location, and you'll have a second prompt when you actually go to the map. That always prompt, which is the second prompt, is going to be the most important piece to maximize your earning as an affiliate or as a user. And our Monday night calls, which I will be on, Chuck and Danny will be on as well, we will talk about this over and over and over again.
Yeah, one of the goals for every affiliate is to give away at least 100 apps. So you're making
Yes.
$100 a month baseline. That's one of our ultimate goals in teaching. And that's one thing Danny Walker is really going to bring to the table, is working with other social media people like herself to help us learn that. Walter, a question we get a lot is, what is the international timeframe? What are you looking at? What do you think? What's the vision for our international expansion after we launch the app here in the US?
Yeah, happy to. And then I'm going to turn it over to Giorgio and Tom because they all have really good perspectives on international. So the goal is to launch in the United States, and then we'll launch in Canada very, very shortly after. From there, we'll look at Western Europe and all English-speaking countries. So England, France, Germany, Spain, New Zealand, Australia would also go live in that market. We do have an international monetization plan and economic model completed, and Chuck and I will do a video explaining what that actually is. But the most important thing is, if you're in Vietnam, for example, and you get Tapestry users in the United States, you're going to get a US fee. If you're in the United States and you have a good Rolodex and friends and family, let's say in Nigeria, you'll get the Nigerian fee, and vice versa. If you're in Nigeria and you have a lot of US friends and family. So we believe it's fair, and it's very scalable for us to have tens of millions of users in a very short period of time. But Tom, specifically, I'd love to get your feedback. And Giorgio, I'd love for you to talk about, with your experience working in APAC and in the Indian market, what countries are you excited about? I think you're both on mute.
I'm here, but
Here, yeah.
I can't turn my video on, Chuck.
I'll see if I can help you there.
Giorgio, how about you go first?
Yeah, sounds great. So as far as international is concerned, there is a plethora of opportunity. Hang on one second. Video. There we go.
There we go.
There we go. All right. So yeah, as far as international is concerned, there is a plethora of opportunity available for us to help users continue to monetize data, etc. And I feel like we've just scratched the surface. Obviously, we've not launched yet, but given all the requests that we've been getting thus far, there is a tremendous amount of opportunity. Now, Walter did mention Europe, Central Europe, obviously, APAC, which is Australia, New Zealand, India, Southeast Asia. These markets are, it plays right into exactly what it is we're doing today. These markets, they are just, what I consider, everyone in those markets are technocrats, technophiles, you name it. They all have a cell phone, and everyone is sharing data. Everyone is on their cell phones to the tune of like 2x everyone here in the US. So Walter and I both felt that that was a great place to obviously start to seed interest. And lo and behold, there has been a tremendous amount of interest, and that's something that we're going to go after. We have a very aggressive international plan that we're going to be rapidly rolling out and expanding. And APAC certainly is one of the focus areas that we're going to be doing that and maximizing utility. First, we're going to begin with, just to give you sort of peel back the layers, give you sort of insight into what we're going to be doing there. It's really going to be the English based speaking nations first. Is what we're going to be rolling out. And we have a compensation plan that I think Chuck alluded to earlier that we're going to be rolling out in places like Vietnam, also Jamaica to start in South America. So that's probably going to be the second wave, but each and every region is going to have their own compensation plan and their own ramp. So we're creating glide paths pretty much everywhere. Apps are downloaded on these little things. Pretty exciting.
Thanks, Giorgio. How about you, Tom?
Yeah, so Walter and I have the benefit of 5 years plus of selling data for our current company, Complementix. And so that gives us a real keen understanding of where demand is and what prices are and who the buyers are. So we're using that experience today to kind of build out where we take Tapestri. And so by far, the United States is the most mature and stable market for data. And so that's why it made sense for us to start in the US and then leverage our understanding of other geos to roll out accordingly. And that means too, that rolling out in other geos, some might be some data might be more valuable, some might be less valuable. And so we have to be really careful to sort of walk before we run.
Absolutely. Over to you, Chuck, Danny.
Walter, one of the other questions I get a lot, especially from our international affiliates, is how do you get paid?
Yeah. So right now we're utilizing Stripe Payout, and that opens us up to about 135 countries immediately. We like Stripe Payout specifically is because they are going to handle all the rules and regulations of the different countries, for example, 1099s. So here in the United States, if you're going to make over $600 as an affiliate, all the 1099 information will be handled by Tapestri and Stripe. But what are the rules for 1099 and taxation in Vietnam or in Singapore and Australia? And that solution is there in place. But we are getting more and more feedback that, hey, there's 135 countries, but my country is not listed. And we hear you, and we are looking at a different solution that can help bring on as many more countries as possible. There are a couple other solutions that we can bring on board for payout, including things like PayPal.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Now, a lot of questions I see out here are about the app. And if you'll go to Monday night's recording, I asked Walter, what was it? I peppered you with 30 plus questions Monday night.
Lots of questions.
Yeah,
Yep.
anything you want to know about the app, it's in the presentation. It was done Monday night. It was a great presentation. Walter, you did a great job. So I'm going to defer a lot of the app questions to that. Today is mostly for affiliates and growing your business. I do want to mention again that we are having a Super Saturday tomorrow. We will start at 10 a.m. Eastern. The links and the speakers are listed in the Facebook group. Get with the person who invites you. They can give you the schedule. But we literally will start at 10 a.m. and every hour on the hour for 7 hours, you'll hear from 7 of the top global affiliates in Tapestri, each giving their own presentation and showing you how they became global. So it's an opportunity for you to take advantage of this last little time we have before the launch of the app to get your team in place so you can help as many people take advantage of the Founders Club membership program as possible. So let's see here.
I see a question that I want to answer. This is
Sure.
Ian asked a really important question about our privacy policy and terms of service, and we never shy away from talking about our privacy policy or our terms of service. Can you please explain these terms, which are related to collecting anonymous data and which are related to surveys? So the first point she mentions is personal information such as your email and your phone number, anonymous advertising ID, cookie ID, etc. So let's talk about baseline. What does Tapestri collect? We are collecting an anonymized ID tied to your phone. A device ID is what we call it. We have your first and last name. We have your email address. Your first and last name and your email address, we do not monetize. That's not our business model. What we monetize is the device ID and your anonymous location tied to it. You could reset your device ID if you so choose in the hardware of your phone. That's what we monetize. Other things in here that ask for demographic, transactional information, those are going to be the surveys within the app itself that are going to ask you, do you shop at Target or do you shop at Walmart? Are you the head of household in your house? If you've ever done surveys, you're probably familiar with this. That is completely voluntary, but it would allow you to earn more. There is a huge market of tens of millions of consumers who are already doing surveys doing surveys with Tapestri, you'll definitely earn more. So hopefully that answers your question. We do not monetize what we consider personally identifiable information. It's completely anonymous.
Well, I'm getting several questions about the new improved enrollment process and some of the enhancements from the back office. You just want to touch on that and very
Yes.
news, man. I'm excited about it.
Yeah, so we have a brand new streamlined enrollment process. Thank you to Chuck, Danny, and Francois, our engineers who've been building this, dedicated a lot of time to it, and basically finding all the places where you could lose an affiliate. You shared your link on Facebook or on YouTube or something like that, or maybe you saw an influencer watch a video, or you clicked on their link and you referred them and they got moved over. All of these things are something that we're looking at. We have a new system that will solve that. On Monday night, we thought we could actually get this live in 48 hours. My engineer told me, listen, this is thousands and thousands of lines of code. It will get addressed on Monday. We don't want to start this process over the weekend just in case something were to happen. We have all of you to thank, because if there is a bug, I know you're gonna let us know right away. But that process will go live next week, but it is completely built thanks to Chuck, Danny, and Francois.
Michael, do you or Danny see any questions that you'd like to have Walter address before we wrap up today? Walter, I see one here. It's kind of the app question. We covered this Monday night, but I get this a lot. Can more than one person with different phones be affiliates from the same address? So let's just word it a different way. Can a person have multiple phones? One person have multiple phones?
You cannot. So you can download Tapestri on your iPad, but most iPads don't have a cellular plan. Some do, and you generally don't take it every single place you go, so you're not going to earn very much on it. I recommend putting it on your phone that you're taking with you everywhere, but don't put it on both. We'll see the location data and obviously just pay you on one account. So one account, one phone.
The only other question I see here is, if my phone is off for 3 days or more and I go inactive, what does it take to get active again, and what is lost?
That's a great question. So the number we're actually saying right now is about 90% active. We think that's fair. We'd love to get your feedback on that. So on a 30-day basis, right? So there's roughly 3 days that where you can go inactive. And for our beta testers who have the app on your phone right now, you can go into your account settings. You can click stop location sharing for a day, go back to the map, and it won't work because we basically have stopped tracking location and we're not tracking location in the background. For it to get active again, you have to click the green button in the map. Now you're active again. So we're basically saying we accept 3 days of inactivity. After the 3 days, you're inactive, and you're also inactive from earning as well. So that roughly 90%. And so we'd love to welcome feedback on that, but that's how we're doing it right now. The reason for that, just really quickly, is we're looking for a consistency of the amount of data every single week. And when we see jumps in pieces of data, it really hurts our monetization model.
Well, I got a couple more really good questions here. One person asked, how do taxes work? And basically, ladies and gentlemen, what's going to happen is you're going to earn money. And then when you earn money, you'll get notified that you need to set up with a payment system for your country. In the United States, it's going to be Stripe. So you'll set up with Stripe at the time you've earned money and been notified that you need to do that. You are responsible for your own taxes. As part of the sign-up process with Stripe, you'll be giving them some tax identification information so they can give you the proper forms that you need, like a 1099 here in the United States. Anything you want to add on that, Walter? I think that's pretty clear.
Yeah, so when you have the minimum of $10 to actually earn a payout in the app, it's all done through the app. You sign up with Stripe, they send you a verification code to your phone or to your email, make sure it's you. You tell them how you want to get paid, to a bank, Apple Pay, Google Pay, it's really up to you. And then they're going to handle if you earn over that $600 to get you that tax information out. But yes, we're not really handling all of that. We're definitely relying on a proven system there.
All right, so another question here. We've been telling people to get 72 hours notice before the app goes live. Ladies and gentlemen, I think he kind of notified you early next week the app's going live. So consider that your 72 hours or more. It might be more than 72 hours, but he's giving you at least 72 hours notice. He said specifically early next week. So we're not telling you the exact day at this time because there's a couple variables, but we're giving you your 72-hour notice or more. So that's
very close. Very early next week.
All right. So in the United States, can people make less than $5 from their data, Walter?
Yes, you can make less than $5. We say the $5 to $25 if it's always on. If you download the app and say only allow Tapestri to collect while in the app or once, you're going to be put in that under $5 automatically. The people who are going to earn more than that are going to allow it to run in the background consistently.
You know, I hate to stop these questions because they're so good. Here's another one. What's the business model? Are data sales the source for paying affiliates? Is that the only source? And who's responsible for selling the data? Tom, can you wave hands over there? All right, you want to answer that, Walter? Because I can do it, but I'll let you do it.
Happy to. So this is the thing that people don't really know about, which is what we're trying to be very transparent about up front, is that your data is valuable. My data is valuable, and people buy it. Primarily, social and search companies use it to serve you ads. We're not really in the advertising business. We're in the analytics business. So our business model is with Giorgio and Tom, and Tom's had so much experience of doing this, and so do I, is monetizing that data, productizing it as well. So for example, if we see a massive consumers going to McDonald's, obviously that is an audience that we can build on top of that, and we will monetize that anonymously. If you've been on any of these calls previously, I've walked through many examples of news clippings of how we've monetized in the past, very transparently. It's never tied to Chuck or Danny or Walter or Giorgio or Tom. It's an ID that gets caught up in a cohort. That's really it. Tom, you're happy to speak, or Giorgio add to that.
I would just say that we want real, authentic data, right? And so there's taking an extra trip to McDonald's or Home Depot. That doesn't help. What we want consumers to do is download the app and live your life like you normally do. And then that's super high quality data that we have buyers for, and we'll continue to add new buyers, and we'll continue to add new markets. And then, you know, I think it's also important to realize that we're going to discover down the road too, that there's new data types that there's demand for. And we're always going to be looking for that, and we'll continue to modify the app accordingly.
Walter, would it be accurate to say that we monetize the data and the analysis of the data?
Yes, I think that's absolutely fair. Yeah, Michael. Yep. Debbie Ann asked a question, will a stay-at-home mom earn from her phone? Yes, a very passionate yes. I mean, that's really, we're going for every single person. There's so many products in the market, as Giorgio said, the technocrats for those doing crypto, and that's very cool, and we like that. But we are building a mass gin pop product that should be applicable to the grandfather, the grandmother, to the 18-year-old on the college campus, to the Uber driver, the truck driver, and the business person or businesswoman. It's for everybody to allow Tapestry run in the background and earn.
I want to just real quickly, for those of you who know, there's a special bonus that Walter and the board have made available to affiliates. It's the global equity bonus. So we mentioned in the presentation today that a super affiliate is someone who personally holds 10 affiliates. That's a great start to your business. You start doing a 50% match, you get the orphan pool benefit. It's great, it's awesome. But we want to teach people to coach their people how to do that also. And so the next level up, the next rank up is called a global affiliate. That's a person that has personally helped 10 people that they personally enroll become super affiliates. To compensate or to reward people, to just bless people that do that, the first 50 are going to get a little piece of equity in Tapestry, the company. It's a great benefit. So the first 50 people will share in 1% equity in the company. So basically it's 1/50th of 1% equity in Tapestry. To date, we have our 20th new global affiliates. So there's 20, so there's 30 spots left. And so there'll be a total of 50. Now you might be saying, well, I'm just getting started. You know, I didn't know about this, and I understand that. But it was really a way to reward those who got in early, took the arrows from being a pioneer, and helped us build a foundation for you. Now, it's not to say you can't be one of 50. The record to go global is 8 days. It's not that hard. So if you got started today, you literally could be one of the first 50. It's simply you help 10 people become affiliates and then teach those 10 to help 10. I would like to put this one little warning out there. We don't want you to buy global. That's not the purpose of the benefit. If you are caught buying people's way in to earn global, there will be an audit and you will not receive equity in the company. So don't do that. If you want to build this business properly, by all means, go for it. We'll support you. We'll help you. In fact, I think there's gonna be a lot of globals pop tomorrow during our Super Saturday when we have 7 presentations. Here's what I recommend to you affiliates out there. From the time you get off this call until late tonight, promote the first call tomorrow morning. We've got our first global affiliate, Haval Benson, will be doing the presentation. He's phenomenal. Get him on
Really
that
good.
10 a.m. Eastern call. You get your prospects on there. After the call, you help them become an affiliate, and then they invite their friends to the next call, which is 11 a.m. Those people join, become affiliates. They invite their friends to the next call. And all day, you just snowball your team. And literally within one day, you can have a very, very nice foundation built. Now, some of you will do nothing, and that's okay. But for those of you that catch the vision, the next 24 to 30 hours are critical. Critical. We've laid it out there on a silver platter for you. We got 7 of our top globals going to be doing presentations all day tomorrow. So I encourage you, take advantage of that. So with that, Walter, Tom, Giorgio, if there's any final thoughts, feel free to jump on it. Oh, by the way, the links for those 7 presentations are available in the Facebook group for affiliates, but they're also available in the email that went out to all the affiliates in the last 24 hours. If you didn't get that email, by all means, do a support ticket and we'll get you that information. So thank you very much. Walter, I'll turn it back to you, Tom, and Giorgio for any last thoughts, and we'll wrap up this historic call today.
Yeah, my final thoughts are thanks for joining. A big thank you to all our beta testers who tested this on our phone. We really appreciated that feedback. It was very, very valuable. Thank you for hopping on. Have a great week, and let's chat early next week. Tom, Giorgio, anything?
Yeah, you know what, I'll go, Tom. This has been great. We're looking forward to really working with you very closely and obviously making you more successful. Please feel free to reach out to any of us if you've got questions along the way. We're thrilled and excited to be jumping on board this rocket ship. So thanks.
Yeah, I'll just close with week in, week out. You know, there are hundreds of you on these calls, and it is really exciting and you know, a little bit overwhelming too to see the number of affiliates that have signed up so far. But at the end of the day, you know, our success is your success. So we're all in this together, and you know, the faster we can get up to, you know, millions and millions of consumers downloading the app, the faster we're going to grow, the faster we'll expand, and I guess at the end, you know, the more money we're all going to make too. And so that's why we're here. Have a great weekend.
All right, thank you.
Thank
everybody.
you.
Have a great weekend.
Yeah,
And
have
stay
a great
tuned
weekend.
for-
Thanks, everyone.
Stay tuned for another announcement coming soon. Bye-bye.